Let's talk about a little bit of population health in plastic surgery. Most people think that a wrist fracture is just an orthopedic injury, but in an older adult, distal radius fracture may actually be an early sign of underlying osteoporosis. We're starting a new research project looking at patients who sustain distal radius fractures and distal ulnar fractures, and were treated either surgically or with open reduction, internal fixation, or non-operatively with closed treatment, such as a splint. The simple question is, after the fracture, did the patient receive appropriate evaluation and treatment of their underlying bone health? We're looking at things like osteoporosis screening, DEXA scans, medical follow-up, and medical treatment when indicated. This is usually in ground level fall in an elderly adult. One of the interesting parts of the project has been building the study cohort. We're using diagnosis codes to identify distal radius fractures and distal ulnar fractures, and procedure billing codes to distinguish patients who underwent surgery from those who were managed non-operatively. I'm excited to be working on this project with Samantha Bebel and Marco Romo. This will give us a reproducible way to go back through several years of clinical data and examine what actually happened after the fracture. And I look forward to presenting this data. Why does this matter? Because distal radius fracture may be the first fragility fracture that a patient experiences, and if we can recognize that and treat it early, we may be able to prevent femur fractures, more life-threatening fractures, such as hip and vertebral fractures. So thank you. As surgeons, we don't just treat the fracture, we treat the whole patient's body. Thank you for listening. Hopefully this was informative, and hopefully you learned something.